Welcome back. We are starting a two-part series this morning with one of our regulars, Dr. Nate Upshaw of NeuroSpa TMS therapy. And we're talking about something new this morning. We're going to welcome the doctor in today, which I'm excited to hear about. I love hearing about the results that you and your team keep having for people and how your business continues to grow. And again, now there's exciting news of how you're able to help people even more. I can't wait to hear. How you doing, doctor?
Hey, good. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on again.
We're doing this in two segments because there is a lot to dive into here. But let's go ahead and kind of share the news, doctor.
Yeah, so what we're starting is something called TMS Plus. So hopefully everyone's familiar with TMS at this point. If you're not, it's an FDA cleared treatment for depression. It's been FDA cleared since 2008. It's covered by every major medical insurance, including Medicare. And it uses magnetic pulses, kind of like an MRI, to treat depression instead of medication. So this treatment works really well. And at NeuroSpa, we've been fortunate enough to kind of exceed the national standards in terms of response and remission. 88% of our patients get at least 50% reduction in their symptoms, and a full 60% of patients are getting full remission of their symptoms with treatment. But there's a ton of research out there showing that there's things that you can do while a patient is in treatment to maximize their outcome for TMS. So we want even more people, when they come in, to be able to get remission or at least that response from TMS.
You are literally helping to change people's lives, especially in the year of 2020 where, people are struggling. So tell me about this new kind of methods and what you're doing as well as the traditional TMS therapy. What are some of these steps that you're doing?
Yeah, so on this segment, we're going to kind of talk about the things that we're going to do for everyone when they come in, that we kind of call like behavioral activation, or things that people can do while they're in treatment. And then the next segment, we can talk about the biological interventions that we're doing. But while people are in TMS, studies show that if they do some CBT, so people may have heard that before, cognitive behavioral therapy, then they get better outcomes with the treatment. And also we have a registered dietitian who's going to provide nutrition counseling as well. So when someone's getting TMS, it is literally changing the way that their brain is connected, and you're able to make new healthy connections, which can improve your mood, improve anxiety and sleep. And if you feed those connections with positive thoughts and other things that you get with CBT and nutrition counseling, then the outcomes have been shown in studies to be even higher. Some TMS clinics that are doing this in academic institutions are getting remission rates as high as 74% just with adding the therapy.
Wow. So nutrition obviously makes a whole lot of sense with this. So what is the other thing that you were saying though? That's
cognitive behavioral therapy. So everyone who comes in is going to get a cognitive behavioral therapy kind of manual or workbook. And as they're going through each week that they're in the treatment, they'll work on one of these modules that's been crafted to treat depression, anxiety, sleep. We have a nutrition module in there. And then on top of that, people are going to have access to a dietitian to do nutrition groups as well.
This makes so much sense. I totally understand. And again, is this something that would be covered by insurance as well?
So this is just a basic add-on that we're doing for the patients, just to see if we can get even more people better. So we're not trying to dilute the treatment by throwing all this extra stuff in there. Everything that we're doing because studies have shown that people going through TMS get better outcomes by doing these things. We want to add those in to everyone who's coming through treatment to get even better outcomes for people.
Oh, well, again, thank you so much for your time this morning. If people want to know more about this, and again, it's exciting to see how the business is growing, how you're continuing to help more and more people, how can they go ahead and find out if they're a good candidate for this?
Yes. So again, it's covered by insurance. You can go to neurospatms.com and fill out a form there or call us. And we have locations everywhere. We're opening our 7th location down on Lakewood Ranch. We've got one in Brandon, South Tampa, Pinellas. So we're all around the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah.
So give us a call, and we can answer any questions that you have about TMS or insurance coverage right over the phone.
And again, you'll be joining us here again soon for kind of part 2 of these new services as well that you have added on to this. Dr. Nate Upshaw, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for having me.